Thank you. And for the record, I am Darrell Perry, CEO of Liberty Lobby LLC. I'm also the chairman of the State Libertarian Party. And Representative Dyer is a libertarian. And we were looking at trying to obtain a copy of the voter rolls because that is something that the RSAs do allow for political parties to get copies of. And we were told that it would be about $8,000 to get a copy. It does not matter if it is hand printed or, like transcribed by hand, printed on paper, or sent to us via PDF or Excel spreadsheet. The cost is approximately $8,000 because it's based on a formula of a set rate for the first, I think, 2,500, and then another rate for each additional 1,000. And to get everybody across the state, again, roughly $8,000 for the voter rolls. I did some digging to find out what the cost would be in other states, what the Libertarian Party winds up paying in other states, and found out that of the state chairs that responded to me, about 10 states charge nothing. There are other states that charge minimal cost, and by minimal, I mean less than $100 to get a digital copy of the voter list. And we're talking states that are much larger than New Hampshire. Louisiana, that has 9 members of the U.S. House, they charge $25. Pennsylvania is not much more, and again, there are about 10 states from the information that I was given that do not charge a fee at all to get a digital copy of the voter checklist. Now, there might be a question of, well, what's to prevent you from selling it? Well, there's already statutes that say that anyone who obtains a copy of the checklist is not allowed to sell it. Although that hasn't prevented people from, if you go on the internet and look, purchase voter list, you can find people selling voter list. But I can guarantee you that the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire is not trying to get the information to sell it. We are trying to get the information so that we can actually do good voter outreach, to reach out to undeclared voters and reach out to those voters that are registered as Libertarian that we might not have contact information for. So this would definitely wind up benefiting the Libertarians as well as any other political party that winds up coming about. But again, this applies to qualified political organizations and candidates. So somebody that's an independent candidate for governor, for U.S. Senate, etc. would also be covered on this. And again, we're only talking about getting those digital copies of the checklist. We're not saying that Secretary Gardner must use, entire reams of paper to print something out to give us copies. We just want, send us a PDF, send us an Excel file. And that's my testimony. I'll open it up to questions.
Representative Silver.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for taking the question. Could you perhaps explain why in line 6, the candidates that get a digital copy under this bill are limited to county, state, or federal, and it doesn't cover city, town, or schools?
I've been told that municipal, and thank you for the question, I've been told that municipal candidates are able to, under some provision, get a digital copy of municipal information. I've not actually tested that out, nor have I actually found the provision that allows for that. That would be a question that I think you should ask the prime sponsor, but unfortunately he is not here.
Well, I know that, just as a commentary, that I've paid $20 or $25 to get it from each of my towns.
Right. I think that all candidates should be covered, and I don't know why. Maybe it was something to where OLS just drafted it this way. I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Representative Porter.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for taking the question. Why are you asking for a copy of the March checklist? When I go to my town checklist person, I say I want a copy of the Hillsborough checklist. I get a copy of names and addresses, but not marked at the day of the election. I would think that we just had a problem with submitting our information to the commission that Secretary of State was on because some of our marked checklists had secure information on them.
Again, I'm not the one that drafted this language, and a marked checklist based on my conversations with Representative Dyer was definitely not what we were requesting. We wanted, here is the checklist. Again, this could just be a drafting error from OLS to where they wound up using some language that is not what we were intending to request.
Thank you, Representative Harrington.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for taking my question. I have a couple, actually. The list here on line 6, when you're through there, am I correct in saying that if there were 500 or 600 candidates for state representatives in an election, every single candidate that was a member of a party, the Democrat, the Libertarian, the Republican, could request one of these checklists?
And thank you for the question. It is my understanding that the candidates, whether it be county, state, or federal, would only get the checklist for that specific district. So Representative Pearson, who represents the city of Keene, would not be able to get the checklist from, say, the town of Swansea or the town of Marlborough for free under this provision because that's not his district. But yes, if there were...
And thank you. Follow up, please address line 7. The state or
the candidate's district.
so it allows them to get it from the state. And we understand that you are not.
Right. It is my understanding what the bill was intended to do is that the candidate would be able to get it for their district, or that the political party would be able to get it for the entire state.
Thank you for the question, Representative Harrington.
Have you had an opportunity to look into why it would cost $8,000 and some other states are doing this? It seems $8,000 seems an awful lot for electronic information transfer, as long as it's done digitally. Is this based on an archaic law or principle that everything was done in paper 25 years ago and it just hasn't changed?
That is probably the reason, because if you look at the statute, and again, I don't have it in front of me, that statute has not been modified in quite a long time. So there's no provision currently in statute for digital copies to be transferred using a different method for calculating the cost.
But okay, thank you, Representative Harrington.
Yeah, just so there is a statute that governs where they come up with the cost.
That governs the cost, yes.
Maybe you can provide that with us later so we can take a look at it.
I will take a look. It's somewhere near 65431.
Somewhere near. Further questions for Mr. Perry? I'm seeing none, so I will thank you for your testimony.